our entire life existence for the most part. For the most part. I haven't done the stats on it because this is just like a random thought that has come to me. So I'm going to give a roundabout figure that for the most part, our life is trial and error. We learn as we go along. The thing is that a lot of us, not all of us, a lot of us have tailored ourselves to what men believe is the ideal woman for them. So there's a lot of characteristics and traits that we've got or took on because of what men who most of us, not all of us, because there are some alternative lifestyles. So let me just put in this disclaimer. I'm not trying to discard or disrespect anyone's lifestyle. If your preference is the same gender as you are, just fill in the blanks. My preference is the opposite gender of men, and so I'm going to speak as such, but don't take offense. Just fucking get in where you fit in, right? So we created these spaces that shift some of our personality and some of our traits into being what men felt would be the ideal mate for them. So whether you've had an experience with a long time love and you know he likes a certain type of woman, or your long time love likes certain qualities, we have sort of moved away who we were becoming so that we can fit into those traits of what they like. I say that the streets raised me, right? I'm saying all that to say this. I say that the streets raised me. I come from a family that was dominated by men. The men, if there was 12 men, there were 2 that were legit, 10 were street dudes. They taught me how to fight. They taught me how to take care of myself, how to manage myself, how to protect myself, things of that nature. The women in my family, which were few, taught me how to be a ballerina, how to float, how to walk, how to sashay, how to talk, how to move in a room full of opposition. But my nail broke at work. And look at it. Okay. But I'm going to go get them done today. But that's not the point. Damn. That motherfucking ash is serious, though. God damn. Anyway, I don't want to deter from the point. So, let's say the 10 family members that were not legit and they were street dudes. Because I don't want to make it seem like they wasn't official, listening, comprehension is a part of listening, and not everyone comprehends, right? So they were street dudes. 10 of them were street dudes. And through the women in my family, I learned that family is family. They're not going to be perfect, but as long as they don't violate the trust, then you're going to be there for family no matter what. street dudes, the street family members taught me that there's an exchange between woman and female. There's a change of energy. There's a change of resources. And so if he's doing everything that he needs to do as a man, which is provide and protect, right? Then it's shit that comes with that. In the street life, I'm talking because I was raised a certain type of way. Now that very well can apply to um what we say is traditional lifestyle too. Because I'm quite sure there are a lot of marriages that is built on the exchange of energy or resources, right? So, but I'm saying all I have to say is that, like, I cannot blame anyone for how I chose to conduct my relationships in my adulthood. I can't blame, or I won't blame. Let me say that. I probably could, but I won't. In being a responsible adult, I'm going to take accountability for my own bullshit in spite of the way that I was raised, because a part of adulting is understanding traumas, heal the traumas that you can, and those that you can't, you make a change. You change for the better. You turn your pain into power, right? You don't turn your pain on people and have them become your victims, right? So you turn your pain into power. And a part of adulting is also unlearning some of the things that you've learned, because you realize at a certain point in your life that not only is it no longer working, but you have outgrown those types of solutions. Like, those solutions aren't working anymore for your current situation. And also, you want to make changes as early as possible so you can let the universe know and you can let God know that you have learned the lesson and you're ready to move forward with your life and on to the next version of yourself, on to the next level, right? So, um, with that being said, I think that a little bit late in the game, maybe better late than never though, because I had already given so much of myself that I realized that I needed to make adjustments and changing for who I am now, not who I was, even though who I was got me to where I am. Make sense? Right? Um, but so we do these critiquing, we become, I don't want to say our own worst enemy, because I think that's a bit harsh. But we do, to a degree, disrespect ourselves, disrespect God, right? Disrespect the creator, disrespect the universe, and trying to fit the mold of being who someone else outside of ourselves wants us to be, instead of allowing the natural course of becoming. And a lot of us, especially those of us who are young, well, oh yeah, yes, I'm fucking young. But we got into these relationships when we were younger we had decided somewhere in our hearts, which was so pure at the time, that this was going to be our life partner. And we wanted to be perfect for our life partner because we thought that happily ever after will follow. I'm going to be myself. This is a thought process. I'm going to be myself. But I'm also going to do a little bit of morphing into who he needs and who he wants and who he desires so that I can always have him. So that I can always have our family and him being happy and my family being happy, not just because I'm with their father, but because, we managed to maintain a family no matter what. If all of these people are happy, then I, of course, will be happy because these are the people that I love. And if the people that I love are happy, that automatically makes me happy. And there comes a time in our fucking adulting when we have to realize that that is not the fucking case. I didn't realize that I was loving backwards. I was taught a different family understanding of what love was. That love was unconditional. That as long as there was no violation of trust, that you are to be loyal and dedicated to what you believe in your heart is right. Right? And those were ways that I grew up on. And the thing is, right, is that the men that we were building these families with and the men that we were entertaining at the time, right? Because this whole fucking shit, for the most part, most of this shit is trial and error. They neither had no fucking idea what it was to be a man responsible for a family, responsible for um mindfulness, responsible for the emotions that came along with having a significant other and being in a relationship. They didn't have a fucking clue. We're talking about young men who had, not too many, who had no real examples of what it was to be a man in their family, who had no real examples of fatherhood, who used porn as a way of learning how to have sexual gratification and sexual interaction with women. These were the same motherfucking men or males. So there was no fucking way possible that they could even understand at that time the responsibility that fell upon them. And we're young, as our grandparents would say, young and dumb. But I feel like that's I don't, that's fucked up. Even though we were young and dumb, our hearts were fucking pure. And so we're trying to be this fucking person that we feel like our person will always want. And when we, as women, because the stats don't change, it has been a statistical truth ever since we were little. I know that you heard this, and we even hear it to this day, that women mature faster than men, right? So even though we are growing, we keep trying to fit into this fucking box for this particular significant fucking other who doesn't even have the concept or maturity to be able to grasp the idea of growing. Right? And I believe that this plays a major part in the demise of black love and black relationships, because we were so busy at the time trying to fit the description for these men that in a day and age where we've said to ourselves, years with this shit, decades with this shit, I no longer want to do that. I don't have the mental, physical, or emotional capacity to dumb myself down in any type of motherfucking way to appease somebody in hopes that we'll be together, right? We can no longer do that. And now we're saying to the men, I don't need for you to fit into a fucking box like you try to have me to do. I just need for you to have an understanding of the woman you're approaching, thus trying to entertain, thus trying to get to know and know and understand your own self, to be honest about what's going on. If this is something that you can deal with, if this is something that you can handle, understand that I am no longer interested at all in the minimum standards, as we say at my job. The minimum standards is not appealing to me at all. Because I have worked for years in being my best self, I need you to be better. I understand that maybe you can't be your best yet, right? But I need you to be better. I need you to do better, right? I need you to grow some type of way, because even in accepting that, that is still a minimum for us, right? But you're trying to communicate with them that better needs to come from them, that minimal is no longer, and neither should they ever be happy or be complacent or be okay with the minimal. So it is like there's a challenge there to a degree to say, listen, I need you to do better than what you have been doing. Whatever it is that you used to, I'm just not that. This is what I need for me. And for it to be a public outcry of men being enraged that women are saying that and feeling that way is so fucking heartbreaking and so sad. It is so tear-jerking and gut-wrenching, especially from black men, because see, that's all I know. I haven't dated outside of my race. But it appears when you speak to women of other races and other ethnicity backgrounds that it is very motherfucking similar. Okay? Very similar amongst their men. But I'm going to stick to our people, and I'm just going to say it is so fucking sad that just as a human, just as an individual that descended from greatness, that in your adulthood, you will not come to terms with reality of yourself and say, this is what I want for myself. And in order to have this for myself, I have to, the changes start with home. It starts at home. I got to start with me. These motherfuckers will try to convince you that a motherfucking bone with no meat on it is still a motherfucking meal. It is so fucking sad that we cannot build together. It's so fucking sad that You want to only build with me, coming to the table with nothing. You don't even have fucking tools, right? You're coming with fucking nothing. And so I'm basically starting off on my fucking own. And I make it to a certain level on my fucking own. And here it is, you feel like you're entitled to meet me at that fucking level, even though you didn't put any fucking work in. Just because you're a man. And feel like from the level that we start on, that I have made it to on my own without you. You say, this is what I deserve. I'm coming in at this motherfucking level. You're going to treat me like as if I built it from the ground up with you. And we're going to take off from there. Now, here's the silent contractual agreement. Should we take off and be successful, I'm still going to leave you, because then you'll still be a woman that's not of my caliber, right? But I don't mind the partnership along the way. The fucking audacity. The fucking audacity of the men that's saying, I've done the work as a man. Because there's a few out there, they fall in between, but it's a few. I've done the work. This is where I am. Right? And because I've reached this level as a man, I'm self-made, god damn it. And being self-made to me means that you should feel privileged to date a man of my status. So I just feel like at this point, I just feel like black women can't get a break. And it's annoying, and it's frustrating, and it's so fucked up that no matter what decision we make to embetter ourselves or our situation, or God fucking forbid we put ourselves first to the max. When I say put ourselves first to the max, I mean, if we say, okay, we raised our kids, you know what, I don't even want a relationship. This is just what I want to do. I may entertain somebody here and there. I may fuck around with a nigga here and there. But this is what I want to do for myself. Then you got other motherfuckers coming in here and saying, oh, you're not for the fucking black community. You're not for the betterment of our people and keeping our families together. If you say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try something outside of my race. I'm going to try something outside of my norm. Let me say that norm. So it could be a different race. It could be a different gender. Whatever the fuck it is that you try, you happen to like it, and you find just a little bit of happiness in it. At that point, and you say, you know what, I'm just going to ride this wave for as long as I can, because this is all right with me. You still got motherfuckers that got something to motherfucking say about how you live in your motherfucking life. And this is why I made the fucking post the other day in summary to say, fuck them people. Stop allowing these motherfuckers to aid you with their fucking judgment. But the point of the post today was just to say that it is so crazy how we will change ourselves for men, knowingly or unknowingly, voluntary or involuntary. Because here's another way. We are a vessel. God allowed us to be a vessel for childbirth. Beautiful motherfucking thing. Beautiful thing. I wouldn't change it for the world. But our bodies are taking on a totally different change because we are bringing forth seeds of men, right? And no matter, it is another statistical fact that childbirth is the closest you'll ever get to death without fully crossing over. That's the type of fucking pain and body changes that you fucking go through. So women are damn near going through motherfucking death. Damn near. to bring forth the seed of a man. And these motherfuckers won't even meet you where the fuck you at. And it is so fucking ugly and sad. And this is why, for me, I'm okay with being single. When I do my own personal stats of my peace and my happiness and my freedom, and when I say freedom, I mean because some men can be very oppressive in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Some men can be very violent. And again, this is not all men. I'm just saying why I prefer to be single. Because in learning to put myself first, I'm feeling like there's no one that's going to protect me the way that I'm going to protect myself. There's no one that's going to love me the way that I love myself. There's no one that's going to take care of me the way that I take care of myself. There's no one that's going to understand me, meet me where I am, communicate with me the way that I would my fucking self. And the people that do, the people that manage to be my friend or manage to be my sister or manage to be a love interest at the time that's able to do those things, right? I don't have a interest in having longevity to be dedicated for lengths on end, because the way that the world is fucking changing, right? People, oh God, people are changing with the times. And nowadays, no one, hardly anyone, right? Because I don't want to keep, because there's always an exception to the rule. So I don't want to keep addressing the masses as if it's everybody. We know it's not everybody, but it's still few and far in between, right? But there's very hardly any people of the world that appreciate good people, that understand good-hearted people, purity of people, and I really want to fuck with them just because they a good nigga, just because that bitch is fly, man, that bitch is pure still, right? There's few people that want to fuck with you for just that alone. And the changing of the times today, so many people have accepted and morphed into transactional relationships. And so, since I was a young girl, since I was a young girl, I have not always been able to keep long-term friends, right? I am not trying to be boisterous in telling this fucking truth. But a lot of my friends who I ended up calling my sisters, not because of the depth of our relationship, but because of the length. So this is somebody that I knew for such a long time. And because we've always gotten along and haven't had any friction, I said to myself, oh, okay, well, this seems to be a good person. She ain't did nothing fucked up to me. I ain't did nothing fucked up to her. And so, okay, we're friends. Not even knowing that most of these bitches was jealous. I couldn't even grasp the fucking concept of them being jealous because our backgrounds were so fucking similar, you know. And I just kept fucking telling myself that it's no way. And she's in the fucking projects and I'm down the street from the projects. And even though it's not the exact same nigga, it's basically the same nigga because they do the same thing. They dress the same way. Even if they don't hang together, they know each other. Like, it's so much similarities that we fucking have. There's no way that this bitch could be jealous of me. But aha! Lo and behold, I come to find out that bitches, niggas, people will be jealous of you for shit because you're mirroring them. And people grasp the concept of mirroring fucked up. They get it fucked up. When you mirror somebody, baby, it don't mean, I know that we look in the mirror and our reflection is looking back at us, right? But you're not looking. When you're looking in the mirror, when you're looking, the flaws show up. So when you look in the mirror, you can notice that one breast is a little bigger than the other. Maybe you may smile one side a little more. Maybe one ear is bigger than the other. Maybe there's a chip on your tooth, or maybe your gums is darker than you would prefer, that you like, or whatever you see within yourself that you don't really care for and that you would like to change. That's what you really see when you look in a mirror. And so when motherfuckers is mirroring you, they look at you and see everything that they fucking not. And that's where the separation of friendship comes, because they begin to hold some type of gripe or grudge or whatever it is towards you, because they actually feel the way about themselves. They actually like you more than they like themselves. Love you or feel some type of way, positive way about you more than they do themselves, but then they resent you for that shit. All this shit going on in their fucking head and you don't even realize it. They might not even fucking really realize it. It's just something tugging at their spirit that's saying, I don't really like this bitch, but I'ma fuck with her though. Now, there's an exception to every rule. I would like to say I'm one of them exceptions, because, baby, I'm going to tell you right motherfucking now, if I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. And all that bullshit, don't let these memes run your fucking life. Don't let these memes have fool you into thinking that, if you don't fuck with me, it's because you can't. Bitch, I don't fuck with you because I don't fuck with you. I don't fuck with you. See, it don't take experience after experience for me to see that you really don't fuck with me. It don't take a long time for me to be able to see for who you really are and remove myself. I don't have a problem with removing myself, because I'm not going to let nobody play in my fucking face. Them days is fucking over. Them days of trying to convince myself that people are not who they are, them fucking days is over. Them days is over, because life has taught me so much. So, where I had a debate with someone and someone was saying to me, I'm getting too old to be losing friends. I don't want to be losing friends. I want to be able to have tea or have coffee, brunch and all of that shit with some of my friends. And then I just said, okay. And I get your concept, but I feel like, I'm too fucking old to be fake about any fucking thing. Now, even though I don't claim age at all, right? The point is that I'm not going to play in your motherfucking face. I don't have to play in your motherfucking face. I'm so good in being okay in my own motherfucking company. What the fuck am I playing in your face for? So that I don't have to feel alone? Motherfuckers that don't like to be alone, have some type of deep-seated fear or some type of abandonment issues, I ain't got that shit. That's some work that you need to do. Because no matter how much you like the company of others, you should always feel safe and secure and good and fulfilled in your own motherfucking company, before you even get to somebody else's motherfucking company. And so, yeah, I just, wanted to say that shit. I just feel this crazy, crazy. The fucking changes that women. I'm speaking from this perspective. I can't say it hasn't been done on the other side of the totem pole with the male genders. It probably has. I'm almost sure that it has, because you got all of these fucking bitter niggas coming on these fucking podcasts talking about how, women ain't shit, or women have to be this way in order for the all type of crazy shit that's just adding fuel to the fire of separatism in relationships, right? But yeah, it was a thought that I had, and I probably should post this on my live page, and I probably will. But I'm gonna get rid of the towel. This is crazy. This is you think you would think, child. I took a loving, warm, wonderful bath, right, and I put some bentonite Indian clay, I think it is, or cleansing something clay in my water, right, because it's a good purifier for the skin. Um, but it don't even fucking matter what I put in my bath water. This right here is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. It's fucking crazy. So I'm gonna go and finish getting myself together because I got some errands to run. My hair look fucking crazy. So if I'm gonna put this on my page, I probably gotta crop this shit. I'll probably crop it because my hair look fucking crazy. But I just wanted to have that conversation with y'all. Feel free to chime in because maybe it's just me. It was a thought that was on my mind this morning. So I was like, let me hit my people up and get this shit off my chest and see if it's just me or not. Have a great day, though.